All right. So here we go. Let's take a look. Any questions on polygraphs? 61. That's an important one, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm looking at, or actually I'm looking for it. Let's see, 61. Oh, easier than you think. That's the good news. They gave you zeros. And they wanted you to write an equation. Okay. So take a look at that. All right, so what do I have to start with? What do I have to start with if I ask you for an equation?
F of X.
F of X equals or Y equals. I'm flexible there. Okay. Now, how many zeros did they give you? 3. Let's write factors around those. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right. How about 0? You just write an X, right? If I do that, am I wrong? No. How about the 3? What do I write for the factor that goes around 3? You're cooking now. And -2. Okay. Now this N that they threw at you, little explanation. They just wanted you to make it 5th degree, which means that all your exponents got a total 5. I don't know. Put them anywhere you want, but make sure they add up to 5. All right, if that's a 2, and that's a 2, then this is 1. Yeah. You could put the numbers anywhere you want. Yeah. Good enough? Do not, I don't care what Bob did, don't foil them holy mackerel, okay? Oh, I could get ugly. Yeah, did Bob foil it all again?
Yeah.
Now I'm interested. 61 down below. Going to talk to Bob here. Goodness, it's a lot of work.
I think it was saying that the 5th degree means it's
Yep.
the first one.
So here's 60. Wonderful. Okay, and that is a sample answer, and all you care about is that the lead dog Wolf is X to the 5th. Okay. Works for me. All right, anything else? 13 for you? Anything? 13 wants you to describe in behavior. Easier than you think. Okay, 13, eyeball it, especially if you weren't here. Big Q. I'd tell his neighbor to wake him up. His neighbor's asleep. Gentlemen, please pay attention. All right, number 13. What does it look like? Even and positive, which means it starts where, finishes where. It's a smile. Now you can answer the questions. Okay. Where did it start? Positive infinity. Where did it end? Positive infinity. You knew that because it was a positive even. And when do you add them together? Not now. When do you? When it's factored, add them together, and you'll get 6. This time, not factored. You just look at the lead coefficient or lead term. Okay. Great. Go. Yes, sir.
Number 16, right?
Well, what's going on with that one? skipped it altogether. Is it different? Can't tell. Can't find it. Let's see. Must be on this side of the page. 6-9er. Yeah, that's like the one we did where you have to write.
Just write an equation. with
Yeah.
those zeros in it.
And again, you don't have to boil it together for me. Really, what's crack the code on this? You don't miss this unless you do what here? What, like for -3, what are you supposed to write? Plus there, so just gotta remember always change it. Got anything else? Yes. 84.
If you don't go
Oops.
back to it, I just. So the 69, because I have 3 zeros. so
Right.
They would have to.
What else did they ask here? Says determine a okay. Yeah, just they probably foiled them together to get their answer downstairs.
So would it equals 3 or just one of the exponents have to be?
No, total of 3 this time. Okay. 84. Silly question. Has anyone ever been there? 84. You've been there? Good. Tell us about it. I gotta teach you guys everything. Nobody's been to 84. It is a place in Pennsylvania. That's the correct look.
I bet the 42.
You got halfway there. That's good. You gave me an alley-oop. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. They're famous for lumber. So you've probably heard that. 84 lumber. It's not a number, it's a place. Okay. All right, that won't be on any test or homework. So let's roll back to 84, the actual problem. Did you like how I stalled there? Okay. That's a veteran move. I have no idea what 84 said. All right. So what's going on here? They want you to write an equation for this 84. Let me read. Oh, good. A, B, and C. Okay. Yeah, let's pay some special attention to 84, the problem. All right, it started low, finished high. So what are you expecting? Positive or negative? Positive, odd or even? Okay. So that got us nowhere, but at least now we can start. It is positive. Me in my small brain, I put a plus there to remind myself I took care of positive, negative. You don't have to, but at least I won't be the one that forgets to put in the negative sign when that happens. All right, let's go. What is going on right there? That is a kiss at -3. Let's go with that. I know, same look. A kiss, right? So how do we write a kiss at -3? X plus 3 squared. We're on our way. Okay, then there's a straight through at -1. How do I write that one? X plus 1 to the first. And then, oh my goodness, another kiss at 2. X minus 2 squared. I think that was all I taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to figure out positive, negative, and then you took care of each one of the zeros, single, double, or triple root. However, you are a high flying honored group. I gotta tell you, there's always a number right there called A. And it's usually 1 and nobody ever sees it. Okay, however, I'm gonna leave it blank, I guess. All right, however, what on the graph did they kind of throw at you and not explain? Who's this guy? Why is that there? Who cares? Okay. That means that if you plug in the X and the Y, what'll be the last variable standing? Baby A. And that will be on the test during the quiz. I'll show you one. And then we'll come back to this. All right, start your notes right here. If I didn't give this to you last time, shame on me. Yep, it's share the blame time. It's your fault, it's my fault. Yeah, this one, right here. Right, we didn't do this, did we? We did? No, I got some we did. All right, do you remember how to do it?
Yeah.
Sure you do, right? What, X minus 3, keep rolling. Minus 5, the tricky one. Okay. Oh, what haven't we used? Okay, we haven't used when X is 0. When X's are zeros. I'm going too fast. When you put 0. When you put 0 in for all the X's, you will be left with one variable, and that's baby A. That's who we need to find. So we did this one, right? I don't think. We, for you, anything. Okay. Right. So when we plug in zeros, we got this. F at 0 equals A times what 3 numbers when you put in zeros? -3, -5, 1. Oh. And what's a new name for F at 0?
0.
F at 0 and go bye-bye and call itself 90. Okay. And now what do you got? Yeah, you got -3 times -5 times 1. 15 A equals 90, which makes, after all this, A equal to 6. Okay. Right? Divide by 15. Okay. Maybe not off the top of your head, but okay. A is 6, and on my quiz, this is not what you circle.
But you put it in that.
You put it in here, this is the answer. Okay, so there's your first look at when A isn't a 1. Okay, and we ain't gonna bother plugging in no 3.6 or whatever that was, but let's at least go back, and now do you see how to find baby A? You put in what for all the X's once again? 0 for all the X's, and instead of 90, they want you to throw a little 3.6 equals over there. Enjoy that one. Okay. Good enough? Good enough. Waiting. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, Bob's gonna foil all that together. Get a hot mess out of that. All right. That it for the old? All right, so 2, 3, when we get back. We'll look at, what is it called on the board? Polynomial division. Quiz week from today. All right. We will pause briefly. Easy. All right, guys, polynomial div begins now. Alright. Polynomial. Whoa. Easy piggy. Snorted it. So, let me take you back to second grade? Second grade. Yeah, good times. My second grade teacher, Mrs. Clementi, I remember, she was one of those that always had snakes.
No.
Anyone remember Coach Hill?
Oh, yeah. But he told us this.
No, but he had snakes and one got away, one got out. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Really? There was no-
Coach Hill.
That was bad.
Anyway. Shh. Anyway, Ms. Clementi had snakes in there, and sure enough, one winter, one got out and it crawled into the heater, because
Oh, God.
so we all kept our feet up that day. So good times. That's what I remember about second grade. Okay, but let me take you back. If you don't start talking, I'll send you to the orange bench. The orange bench. Okay, and you'll have a question. You raise your hand. We'll just lower the blinds. Okay, that's where you're living. All right, second grade. Yeah, good times. How did you do this back in second grade? You said, how many times does 2 go into 2, which I hope you know is 1. Where did you put the 1?
Right above.
Down here?
Yeah.
You have to watch a video. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you saw the other one. See what happens when you pay attention. All right. Then what did you do?
You go to the next one.
No, you did something next. You multiplied these guys and got 2, I hope. And where'd you put the 2? I'm not gonna do it again because it won't work. You put the 2 right here. And then I'll bet back in second grade you subtracted, but I want you to say this with me. We don't subtract it here. We add the opposites, plural. That's going to be important in about a minute and a half. We don't subtract. We don't subtract. We add the opposites. 8th grader. Remember that? It's the same thing as subtraction, but like I said, it's going to be important that you know that subtraction means add the opposite. Then, of course, those went poof, and you did what? The bring down. Okay, well, that's used and easy. And then, 2 didn't go into 1. So I hope you knew to put a placeholder. What the heck is that? Is that better? No, that's not better either. Okay. Try to do my best. Yeah, it's as good as it gets. All right, then you brought down to 5 for sure. And then you said what? The same process. How many times does 2 go into 15? 7. And then, of course, you multiplied the 7 by the 2. And you subtracted that and got what? 1. And that was the end, but what did you call 1? Remainder. Back in second grade, you probably just put R1. It's not wrong. Okay, but starting today, let's see, what was another way to say that? Okay, instead of R1. Okay, could say 107 plus 1/2. Correct? Also known as 0.5, if you wanted to do it the way you did it back then. Okay, but this is gonna be important, the plus remainder over what you divided by. Okay, right? What's 15 divided by 2? 7 with 1 left over. Okay, so you're gonna say remainder over what I divided by with plus. Okay, second grade. Let me bring you back to the present. Bang. All right, it got real. Write this one down, but wait. Why'd I leave that giant space in there? Who's there that you can't see? 0 what's? Very good. We want that as a placeholder. Okay. Let's go. Write it down now. We're gonna do long div. But it ain't second grade no more. But the good news is everything you learned with a T back then, you're gonna use right now. It's insulted with purpose. What about X minus 4? What do you mean leave it? We haven't even done it. Put it there. We're dividing by X minus 4. Okay. So, yeah, way back that other time, you said, what do I multiply 2 by to get 2? You put it there, then you multiplied and added the opposite. We're going to do the exact same things, except we freshened it up with this here polynomial. Most important 5 seconds of this lesson right here. What do you multiply the lead dog by to get rid of that one? 3x squared. X times what gives me 3x cubed? And the answer is 3x squared. So where do we put it? Just like before, you're going to place it up top. Look at me, Mom. I lined it up with the other x squared. You don't have to, but it's what you did back then. Okay. Then, I believe second grade, you multiply these. Put it here. Let's go. What do you get when you multiply 3x squared times x? You already told me. 3x cubed, but keep going. There's also a minus 4 there. So yeah, minus 12x squared. Good. Yeah. Then, what I tell you, call it today, not subtract. Add the opposites, plural. And just like the 2 minus 2 went away, second grade, these first ones have better disappear. And what's left? Let's do to bring down. How many x squareds are left? 10x squareds. And not very exciting, but we'll bring down 0x. And then we do the same process again, even though we've already locked up half credit. Okay, it's half right now. Actually, it's only like a quarter right, but I'll give you half credit. All right, same procedure as before. Okay. We create a little more room for us. All right. So here we go. What do you multiply x by to get rid of that guy? x times 10x would give me 10x squared. Okay, so why don't you put that up there? 10x, she said. Now you multiply 10x by whatever's out there. Let's go. 10x squared, it better be, right? Or we're not getting rid of it. 10x squared minus 40x. Add the opposites. And what do you got? 40x, bring down. And we gotta go one final time. What do you multiply x, the lead dog over here, to get rid of 40x? Just plain old 40. Okay. There we go. And now multiply 40 by whatever's over there, which of course gives you what? 40x minus 160. When we add the opposites one final time, we got us some leftovers. Okay, and you know, I wouldn't mark it wrong, I guess, if you put R10, but old Bob not gonna write that. Bob's gonna say plus leftovers over what we divided by. And that's the name of that team. Yeah, so the answer is everything you see in green. See green, okay? That's long div. Yes, sir.
Will we also be doing synthetic?
Hold on 1 second. Go back to sleep. Ruin my show. I was gonna say long division. You should be saying there's gotta be a better way. That's why I should have worked with my man. And there is a better way. What's it called? Synthetic. Okay, but understand there's some times where you can't do synthetic. So you gotta know this. You gotta know how to do long div. And I believe I'll put one of those, no more, no less, on your quiz and on your test. So you gotta know long div. Good. Let's do exact same problem synthetically. Okay. And do you remember how to do it? You do? Super. Build a bonfire here and get rid of it all. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Keep smiling. There we go. Okay, create a little room. Yep, do you remember how to do synthetic div? You brought down the coefficients, which were 3, -2, 0, -150. Okay, the 0 placeholder kind of important. You don't put 0 placeholders, you're cooked. Yeah. And what goes in the little half box on the side? Okay, maybe you remember it's always opposite. So you see -4, put a positive. Okay. Roll it. And now, how do you do synthetic div? This first one you always do what with? It's a bring down. Then you multiply and add, multiply and add, multiply and add. Let's go. Multiply. And get what? Add 10. Multiply 10 and 4. 40, I got you. 40 plus 0 is 40. And one last time, multiply and add 40 times 4, 160, add, and you get 10. All right, now soak this in. Don't those four numbers look awfully familiar? Look up at the answer, also written in green, and it's the same four numbers. That's pretty good. That's powerful. Okay, all you got to remember is the last dude is the remainder. And then you're going to build no x's, 1x, x squared. If you had to keep going, x cubed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And no credit if you don't put some pluses in there. Okay. And this R10, let's go, that's plus what? 10 over what we divided by. Okay. And do you see what I see? Exact same answer. And it took us a fraction of the time. Make friends with synthetic div. That's an excellent question. All right, when can't you use it? When this guy isn't a linear term. Okay, if that's a square, we're cooked. Okay, good question. Waiting. Long division.
So when you say linear term, is that just like the x plus or
X
minus
to the
whatever?
first.
Oh, okay, so you can't do like x to the third at all. So,
That's a squiggly.
okay. X minus 4.
2x minus 4, technically the 2 could come out and it'd be 2 times x minus 2. You'd use a 2. It's whatever makes it equal 0. Okay. All right, all fine questions, so should we do one? I guess you try. Oops, not gonna use that yet. Let me find one for you. Oops, okay, let me see if I got one for you. We need a you try. We do. Think you're ready for that one, yeah. Be one. All right. I guess let's try this one. Let me clean it up for you and then we'll go. Exactly. Cleaning. And you know what? We probably should do it both synthetic and long to practice both of them. All right. So hang on. Got it. All right. Thanks for your patience. Let's say I give you this one. Share with those at home. Okay. Write this one down and let's do this synthetically first. But then we're going to do it long div. What would you like to divide by? X plus 6. Is that too big? Yeah, that's too big. Huh? Let's go x plus 1. Okay. All right, hold off on your log div. Let's do this synthetically first, okay? Write down your coefficients. And what goes in the half box? -1, because it said x plus 1. Okay. Any placeholders needed? Not this time. Okay. So do it synthetically first. Then if you're done with that, try it long div style. Remember, do bring down, then what? Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply. When people fall asleep, I put signs on. Alright. Synthetic, let's do what first? Bring down, then you multiply and add, multiply and add, multiply and add. What do you get first when you multiply? -2, add, and 1, multiply. 1, add, -10, multiply. 10, add 16. And let me talk to you about this guy on my quiz on 27. Okay, this ain't no answer. Okay, you gotta put the stuff in there, just a bunch of numbers. What did we say the last guy was? The remainder, so you're gonna say 16 over what you divided by. We'll need a plus there. And then you got the constant followed by the x to the first and the x squared. That's the correct answer.
Let's say like the 10 was like negative, so you do 6 minus 10 with the fractal being like negative. You put minus.
Which 10? This one.
Yeah, like that was minus 10.
If this was a negative, then that would be -4 over that. Is that what you said? All right, try same problem long style. You'll get the exact same answer, but you need a little practice. And by little, I mean one problem. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Spill some soup or it's okay. Bandit, have you visited Steve's Spa Center conveniently located between desk 28 and 29? You should. We got note paper, we got tables, crayons. Good question. Usually your questions about me, why? Anyway, give me a minute here. Yeah, how do you like those big ones, by the way? What do they think's going on in here? Show everyone how big that band is. The heck? You're throwing like books around?
That's like a head soup.
Oh.
I felt
Oh, she did normal bandits. No, you look good with that.
What the thing, but this was.
Normal, I know. You get it to work?
I did, and then I went to everything.
What do you mean? They got 2 legs forward. And you don't have to, but I always put it over the other square.
Oh, mine's it, you
And
get.
it doesn't matter. So then you multiply this, and you should have got 2x plus 2x.
That line that we don't do, it's like a bar.
Two.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to like the head. I'm just.
Multiply that whole thing, 2x squared, both of these. It's 2x plus 2x. And minus that's gone. It's one of these minus 2 of these. Minus one of these.
Actions. It's because I mixed the.
Okay, you're a good person.
Yeah.
Okay, work with me. This should go quick. What do we multiply x by to get this? 2x squared. Just because it's already written there, but that's the actual answer. Now multiply what? Those, and what do you get? 2x to the third plus 2x squared. Okay, what I teach you to do, add the opposites. Here we are. And you'll get good at this. What do we multiply x by to get negative x squared? Negative x, and sure enough, exactly what we got written up there. And now multiply these guys. That'll give you negative x minus, or no, I'm sorry. What do you get? Negative x squared minus 1x, right? Okay. Write those. Add the opposites. And one last time, maybe. Yep. Let's go. What do you multiply x by to get rid of negative 10x? Just plain old negative 10 minus 10. So multiply that by x plus 1. You got what? Oh, let me do the bring down. I almost forgot the bring down. Multiply negative 10 times that, you get negative 10x minus 10. And when you add the opposites one last time, what is your leftovers? 16, and there you go. Okay, so 2 down, 1 to go. We did log div, we did synthetic division. All right, let me take you back. Sorry, just not to lunch, to algebra 2. And don't write this down. But talk to me. Do you remember how to do it? If I ask that.
Yes. Yeah.
One problem, surface one final exam. What do? Are you good at this already? Probably. All right. How about give me the best you got? Who's the best at this? I want to challenge up here.
I don't know.
Who's coming up? You?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Don't bump the cart. Thank you. All right, so I'll give you this side. Sure, right? Go up top so you got room. All right. Good. Okay, now forget F at 3. Maybe you already did that in your head. Or maybe I already did. All right. You have a number? Not 0, not 1. What would you like?
5.
That big? Okay. All right. You beat me, you get A for the year, right? Go!
Oh my God.
What the heck? Oh my god.
Better make that look like an actual.
Wait, I think I did my math wrong.
Hang on, don't erase it. It belongs to the world now. All right. So she did it the conventional way. And what should she have done? Parentheses, save lives. And then what goes in on parentheses, the 5s. So what's 5 cubic?
125.
125 twice.
Ah,
Okay, because you were a step skipper. Okay, but what did I do? Oh, except what we used to call the remainder is now the answer. This is called synthetic substitution. Do it yourself, but let's finish yours. Change that to a 250. And let's see.
minus 1.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
What's 5 squared? 25 times 5 is 125.
That there.
Actually, about
Okay.
And that's, what's 125 plus 5, 1, oh, yeah.
All right, thank you. It's admirable that you attempted. And you do not gain the A for the year.
Have you ever had someone beat you?
I,
Have you ever had someone beat you?
yes,
Who?
one of my favorite students. I had him back-to-back years. He
Did he get the A?
used his brain for evil, not good. He comes up here and we're like, go, and he pushes my cart and it's facing out in the parking lot. Like right in, however, then he got the problem wrong. So I didn't have to give him the A for the good times, though, good memories, good memories. My boy Hayward, if you're out there. Okay, all right. So that's called synthetic substitution. And like I said, the answer is what we used to call the remainder. So I'm putting one of those on your quiz. Some of you are gonna do it the old fashioned way. It still works, but the numbers might be too big for you. If you do it my way, nice and easy. No. Yeah. All right, and let me make one last check. I think we are good for today. Yeah, I think so. All right. All right. Thank you for playing along. Have a nice day.